Yeah, I can't believe we're like almost in the middle of the month and the summer basically getting there, and so summer solstice is coming up. So it's Sunday. I can't help thinking about the sun. And it's funny because I live in Santa Monica, and it's freaking LA, right? And the sun should be shining, but it's like they actually have June gloom here in Santa Monica. A half a mile away, it's like sunny, but the sun's peeking out today. But it's still balmy and warm and nice, and I'm very grateful. So, nonetheless, calling on the sun as the energetic quality for Sunday is the name of the game. And when we waken that energy, as far as our asana practice is concerned, we tap into standing poses, we tap into balancing poses, because we're awakening the Manipura around the belly. It's called the city of jewels. It's light. It's dynamic. It's energy. So it's strength and it's direction. It's the father. The sun is the father of the solar system. So we want to kind of wake that energy up a little bit, and sun salutations, getting movement going. That's what my Friday class on Zoom is all about. It's a sun celebrations class. So there's a little bit more emphasis on the sun salutations, moving, moving, moving. So let's just keep that in mind as we move, and we'll chant the Gayatri mantra today. I'll break it down. It's a lot of words if you're new to it, but just do your best. And if you just want to receive it because it's frustrating, I'd rather you just receive. Let us chant to you rather than you like, what the hell? It's like, I'm frustrated already and I haven't done a pose yet, because it is like asana for the mouth when we're chanting. It's one of the most ancient and oldest mantras, I think, known to persons. So let's keep that in mind. And that's something that's a daily practice that we do when we're in India. And it's so beautiful because we actually do it while our feet are in the water or while we're right at the Ganga. And that's traditionally how it's done, with your feet in the water and your palms together, and you chant as the sun rises, as the sun as it is at its peak around noon. That's the best time to eat, between like 11:30, 12, and 1:30. When the Agni, you have fire in the belly, and that's when your digestive fire is at its peak. So it's the best time to have your biggest meal. And then also at dinner time, when the sun is setting, you make that acknowledgement, thanking the sun for its nourishment. So we'll chant the Gayatri. Like I said, we'll do call and response, and just do your best. So sitting up nice and tall, remembering the body is an instrument, and we tune it. It's also like an antenna, right? It gives out frequencies and also takes in frequency. Big breath in for Om. Prachodaya. Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. And once all together. Om Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Repeat that 2 more times. Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, bringing the palms together at the center of the chest for a moment. I like to think of the space, the belly, the Manipura, moving up towards the heart. The Anahata is like a bridge. And so the palms together are like a bridge too, and they're marrying those energies of individual and we. But we need that energy. We need to move forward. We need to get out of our own way. We need to do the work in order to rise up and above. Let the shoulders relax. And again, imagine a little bridge from your belly moving up towards the heart. There's an interconnectedness there. The spine long and the shoulders back. Let your chin soften a little bit in towards your throat so the back of the neck is long. You can soften the corners of the eyes and the mouth. And take a moment to dedicate your practice, set an intention, right? Embody fullness, wholeness. You have the full moon coming this week. So there really is a sense of fullness and brightness all around us. It is said that it is not our darkness that scares us, it is our light. Start to interlace your fingers and then press the palms forward, lengthen your arms. Take a nice big breath and reach the arms up and a little bend in the elbows so the shoulders can relax. You're not straining around the neck. Take a big breath in and lift your chin, lift your eyes. And then on the exhale, take a little twist to the right. All right, twists also start to engage that energy around the belly. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, letting the shoulders soften back a little bit. Good, and then lean towards your left knee a little bit and start to reach your right arm up. So kind of drop the left shoulder down as you look up. And then we're going to cross the arms and bow forward, round through the spine. Breathe into the back of the heart here. And then interlace the arms like an eagle arm. Lift. Good. And then exhale, twist over to your other side. And just take a couple breaths here. And start to reach that right shoulder towards the right ear, and then the left arm lifts up automatically. Great. And then exhale, cross the arms, round. Interlace the arms, big breath in to lift up, tip back a little bit. And then this time bring the elbows in towards your belly. Good, and then take the arms away from each other, hands down, feet to the floor, and we will start with our altar pose. Press down and start to lift up. Shine bright through the belly. Great, and then lower down. You can cross your ankles here just to sit, and then if you're going to tap into the music, right, and we'll prepare for a countdown here. If you just came in, Captain of None is the name of the playlist on Spotify. Astrud Castillo. Again, Captain of None. And we will do a countdown of, oh, wait a moment. Okay. It's down there a little bit, sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press play. And from there, let's come onto the hands and knees. Remember, the legs are connected to the belly. Like I said, standing poses, balancing poses, things like that start to wake up this energy. So let's start to lengthen the right leg. Reach back, give it a little stretch. Breathe into the back of the right knee. Hands are just underneath the shoulders. Good. Good, and then from there, let's shift and change legs. Great, and then bring the knees together, tuck the toes under, press the palms down, plank pose right away, lengthen both legs. Feel that work in the belly, draw the ribs in, shoulder blades back. Just gaze forwards, take a little breath in, drop the knees, toes touch wide knees for a wide knee child's pose. That's it. Take a couple moments here breathing into the back of the heart again. Little bend in the elbows, everybody, relax the shoulders. Remember, balance between effort and the quality of surrendering and softening. All right, let's come back onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, right into downward facing dog. Lift the hips as you lift the knees. Let the tailbone move back, the heels down. Pedal out through your feet, everybody. You can shake your head yes and no. A little flutter out through the lips. Really spread the fingers nice and wide. And as you reach down through the palms of your hand, then start to reach out through the knuckles and the fingers and the fingertips. Breathe here. Great. And come forward into plank pose. Nice big breath in. And then drop your right knee down. And let's bring the left foot to the floor. Right? Lift the left arm up and then reach up and over. Great, so that right arm is, I like to bring it a little tiny bit in front of my shoulder, so it's not directly under. I think of a kickstand. And then the left arm reaches, you're stretching the whole left side. Press into your left foot at the same time. Look up. Good, now let's lift the left leg. Press out through the heel. Good, a little balance here. Start to bend the left leg and maybe catch the top of the foot. If that's not happening for you, just stay with the leg long and the left arm lengthening up and over. Good, take a breath here. Okay, let's drop the left hand and the knee to your nose. Round, round, round. Draw the belly in and up. Good, and then point the toes. Inhale, look up. Keep the palms pressing down. Exhale, round. Keep the arms long. Good, take 2 more like that. Big breath in. And exhale. And breath in. And exhale. Good. Plank pose right from there. Everybody stretch the legs. Down dog. Exhale. Great. Bring your left knee to the floor. Bring the right foot to the floor and reach the right arm up. Find that length, and then on your exhale, reach up and over. So big arc. Breathe into the side body. And then you might start to lift the right leg for a little balance. From there, catch the top of the foot as you bend the leg. If you did on the other side, press the foot into your hands. You open up the shoulder, open up the chest. That's it. See if you can look up. Wonderful. Release the foot, hand down, knee to the nose. Exhale. Keep the arms long, point the toes up, look up. Exhale and round. Press the palms down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and point the toes up. Draw the knee in, exhale. Plank pose, inhale, legs long. Down dog, exhale. Great, everybody, let's come forward into plank again. Inhale, and we'll soften the knees to the floor, the chest and the chin. Hug the elbows in, then lower the hips. Untuck your toes, little baby cobra. Keep some softness in the elbows here. You're welcome to stay on your forearms too. Take a breath in, look back from side to side. Great, we will meet lowering down, exhale. And take the hands as wide as your mat, maybe a little bit wider. And then rise up into seal pose. So the arms are really wide here. So maybe you can lengthen the arms a lot more freer. They're open in the chest. Look forward. Soften the face. Great. And start to lower down. Exhale. Crawl the hands alongside the low ribs. Prop yourself up, inhale, and then child's pose. Toes touch, lots of space between the knees for your belly. Great, come up under the hands and knees. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good. Bring the ankle bones to touch and lift the right leg nice and high. Reach up to the toes as much as you can, and then drop the left heel a little bit so we're deepening the stretch there. Just find your edge. Press the palms in, draw the knee in towards your nose, and then step the right foot forward. Good, and drop your left knee. Take your hands to the top of the leg here, and just a little flirt with the hip opening. As you do a little lunge here, and then from there, just pause, take your arms up. You can interlace the hands today behind the head. Let the elbows move back, and then let the hips sink down, and then a gentle leaning back as you look up towards this. You can imagine the sun there, just kissing your face. Feel the lift from the upper chest. Don't just push the hips forward there, careful. And then reach the palms up. Inhale, and we'll take our half monkey from there. Exhale, lengthen the right leg and reach forward. Stretch the skin on the back of the body. Feel that stretch in the back of the right leg. You can point your toes up. Great. Press your right foot down, extend through the back leg. That's it. Down dog. Exhale. Good. Lift your left leg high. Drop your right heel a little bit. Just see how the body's working together, right? Press the heels of the hand down, and then as you exhale, bring the knee towards your nose, and then step the left foot forward. Drop your right knee down. Crawl the hands to the top of the leg. A little pulsing here. Great. And then take the arms up. Inhale. We'll interlace the hands behind the head. Let the elbows open. Again, opening and lifting from the upper chest. Lift the chin, lift the eyes. Press the palms up on the inhale, lengthen your arms, and then exhale, lengthen your left leg. Come forward, reach. And then point the left toes up. Reach out to the heel a little bit. Great. Left foot down, extend through the back leg. Good. This time you're going to bring the back foot forward, Uttanasana. Good. Just fold over your legs, bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Maybe hold on to the big toes or your ankles. Good. Soften the knees a little bit, and then soften them a bunch. So basically, take your hips all the way back. Take your bum back, look forward. Now take your hands and reach above the knees, behind the thighs maybe. And then you can decide. I know it's very early to be doing this, but nonetheless, as you lengthen the legs, you can start to drop the arms down below the knees if that works for you. You can keep them all the way up behind the thighs or behind the knees. It's going to deepen your forward fold depending on where your arms are. And just breathe. Just take about 4 breaths here. Inhale, just waking up the backs of the legs still. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. A little bit more emphasis on the exhale, everybody. Beautiful. Start to release the arms. We're going to take a little twist, right hand down. Bend through the right knee. Left arm is going to lift. You can place a block underneath the right hand if you'd like. There you go. A little arm extension. You can really open up to the chest, the heart. Wonderful. Exhale, left hand down. Other side. Left leg bends. Left arm is down, and the right arm and right leg long. Great. Release the arms. Soften the knees a little bit. And reach the arms forward and up this morning. Forward and up. Reach up, 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 up. And a little arching back. And then the palms meet at the center. Just come to stand right at the center there with the palms at the heart. Okay. Take a little breath in here, and we're going to already lift the right leg just for a little balance for a moment. And you can flex and point the toes. And look just straight ahead towards the horizon when you're balancing on one foot. Good, and then switch. Great, and then release. Good, and let's take an Utkatasana. Bend your knees, shift your hips back so the belly is really lifting up towards the heart. Arms lift. Remember, arms connected to the heart. Take a breath in, and then you're going to grab the backs of your legs again like you did, like we just came from. So as you exhale, start to straighten the legs. Keep enough bend in them where you can give yourself a big hug. Good. Utkatasana, please. Inhale, reach the arms up, hips back and down. And again, grab the arms behind the legs, lengthen your legs on the exhale. Good. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana with the arms behind the legs. Last one, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Wonderful. And come all the way up. Inhale, straight legs, lift up. Palms to the center. Okay, let's come and prepare for some sun salutations. Shake out the legs a little bit, shake out the arms. You can even move the arms a little bit. I have a teacher that we do this every time before class. Just shake the shoulders from side to side and kind of give yourself a little hit there. It's like a little massage with the arms, the hands. All right, slow it down. Okay, let's come to the top. Press into the feet, arms alongside the body. Okay, and we will take the arms wide rather than forward this time. So big breath in, press down, reach the arms wide like the sun. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bend your knees if you need to, touch the floor or the blocks. Inhale, right leg back, drop your knee, pull your chest through the arms a little bit, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog, left leg to meet the right. Plank pose, everybody, reach your heels back, lengthen your legs, drop the knees, the chest and the chin, lower down, untuck your toes, press into the palms, lengthen your arms, look up. Downward facing dog, exhale. We're just going to step the right foot forward here, left knee drops, and lift the arms up and back a little bit. Exhale, half monkey pose, putting it all together. Inhale, lunge pose, press down, lengthen the back leg, and then bring the back foot forward. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale all the way. Palms at the center, exhale. Inhale, connecting with our breath, connecting with the source, folding forward and down. Connecting with the body, left leg back, knee drops, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, reach the heels back, lengthen the legs, knees, chest and chin. Untuck your toes, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, exhale. Looking forward, step your left foot there. Right knee down, reach the arms up and a little back. Exhale, half monkey. Reach forward. Lunge pose on the breath in. Lengthen the back leg, bring it forward as you exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, wide arms. Palms at the center. Utkatasana, everybody. Drop your hips back and down. So we're really starting to lift the energy. We're going to create a little bit more heat here. Exhale and fold. I'm going to step back into a plank pose right away. Lowering down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to lift, the belly lifts up towards the heart. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath here. Start to lift your heels, bend your knees, everybody look forward, and then hop, step, jump, or walk your feet forward. Utkatasana, okay? Breath in. Come to stand, Tadasana. Got a couple more like that. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, take your legs back on the inhale, plank pose. Lowering down, exhale. Hug the elbows in, lift and look up. Down dog, exhale. Breathe here. Start to lift your heels on the inhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Make your way to the top. Utkatasana, breath in. Palms to the center, lengthen your legs. Breath out. Okay, inhale. Drop your hips, look up. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. From here, bend your knees, press your palms down. As your hips move back, look forward and ground down to the heels of the hand. Maybe shoot the legs from your belly. Give it a go. Lower down. Inhale, up. Downward dog, exhale, stay. Lift your heels on the inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, hop, step, or jump. Top of the mat, Utkatasana. Exhale. Okay, now a little bit of a challenge. After your down dog, you're going to step the right foot forward right into warrior one. We're going to go back through plank. So it's calling on a little bit more to do with your breathing, but you got this. We'll move slowly. Just make sure you're not pushing anything. See if you can just really allow the breath to be long. Right? Move it. Inhale, lifting up. Drop the hips. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, look up, step or hop the legs back, plank pose. Lower down. Inhale, up. All right. Step downward facing dog and then right foot forward, warrior one, right away. That's the inhale. Ground down to the back foot. Exhale, hands down slowly. Right leg to meet the left, lower down. Inhale, up. Down dog, exhale, left foot forward on that breath out, and then rise up on the inhale. You got it. Plank pose from there, lower down. Inhale, up. Down dog. 5 breaths here, please. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. This time on your inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and make your way forward. Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand. Great. We're going to do that one more time. Okay? So So stay here for another breath. Ground down to your feet. Inhale and bend the knees. Reach up. Let the tail drop back and down. Exhale and fold forward. Bend your knees. Look up. Walk, hop, step, or jump the legs back. Plank, lower down. Inhale to lift. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Right foot forward right away. Warrior one. Back heel drops. Lift the arms. Smooth breath. Exhale, plank pose. Right leg to meet the left. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Left foot forward. Inhale the arms up. Back heel drops. Exhale, hands down. Plank pose. Inhale up. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale 1. Breathing in. Breathing out 2. Breathing in. Breathing out 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Please lift your right leg high on the inhale, moving through our standing poses. Step it forward back to warrior one. Inhale. And take the arms like wings to the side. Move into your devotional warrior with the arms back. So hinge forward. Draw the belly in a little bit. Lengthen your spine. Right, you're moving a little bit towards the right leg. Ground down to the back foot. And then cartwheel the arms up and back for your peaceful warrior. Take all the space you need. Right, and then from there, side angle. You can bring the forearm to the top of the leg. You can bring it down into a block, the hand, right, and extend the left arm. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. And look under the left arm. Let the hips sink a tiny bit more. And we're going to sweep the left arm into a big circle and lengthen the right leg for triangle pose. Just make your way right into it. Both legs long, arms extended, right, ground down on the right big toe. Good. From here, let's take the hands behind, really using your arm belly muscles. Reach the arm bones back. So lean back a little bit, use your feet, and then rise up. Inhale. You got your warrior two. Exhale. Heels in, toes out, little hip opening, and palms at the center. All right, take a little breath in. You can move a little bit from side to side, of course. Lifting the heels will engage the belly muscles a little bit. You can feel that. Drop your heels. Let's widen the legs and widen the heels. Lift your arms up and then come forward and down. Exhale. Press into all 4 corners of your feet here. And then you'll lift up halfway. Let's take the hips to the right. So walk the hands to the right. Press into your left foot. Good. And then steer everything towards the front of your mat. Lift your left heel. Good. Drop your left knee. We can start here with the knee to the floor. Take your right hand underneath the right leg. We've done this pose so the right arm is underneath. All right. And then from here, start to lengthen your back leg. You can even bring your hands on the blocks. That's fine. Right. And lift your chest. You know, have a hand on either side. Lengthen your spine. And then maybe the arms start to wide for airplane pose. All right. A little balance here. Press into the right foot, reach back to the left heel. So the right arm is underneath. Yes. Take a breath in. You got it, Judy. There it is. Hands down. Downward facing dog. Good. Plank pose. Lower down. Inhale up. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Couple breaths here. Notice how one side of the body feels. All right, let's work with the left side. Lift, leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one. Ground down to the back foot. Reach up. All right, arms to the side, back and down. Devotional warrior. Start to hinge forward. Take a breath in. Keep grounding into the back foot. Good, and then we're going to cartwheel the right arm up and back. Peaceful warrior. And side angle from there. Forearm to the top of the leg or hand down. And then reach the right arm up and over. So it's a side angle, right? And really exploring the whole side. In this case, the right side. Look up underneath the right arm and press into the left arm. Let that left shoulder move away from your ear. Triangle pose, a big sweep of the right arm as you lengthen the left leg at the same time. Take your hands behind you, everybody. Interlace the fingers. Reach back, look up. Good, and then come all the way up. Warrior two, exhale. Good, and then from there, bring the heels in, bring the palms together again. So do your best to just drop the tailbone rather than the butt back. We want to keep the spine, the chest nice and long. Good, and maybe lift the heels for a moment. Drop the heels, widen the heels, lengthen your legs, lift the arms up, and come forward and down. Exhale. Lift up a little bit, take your hips to the left side. So press into that right foot, and then start to steer the left toes forward. Boom, 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 boom. Good. Drop your right knee to the floor. So here we go. We're going to take that left arm underneath. So that's all we're doing right now. You can stay here, right, and have your right knee on the floor. This is plenty. Working with keeping the chest open in this position is a lot, right? Look forward. And then on the exhale, start to flirt with lengthening the right leg. Lift the knee off the mat. Shoulders away from your ears there. Move them back and down. And then from there, as you press down to that left foot, reach back to the right heel, start to open the arms. Let the hips sink a little bit. Lengthen the spine here. Wonderful. Hands down. Good. Down dog. Exhale. Plank pose on the breath in. Lower down on the breath out. Inhale up. Downward facing. Exhale. Great. Take the right leg high. Step it to the outside of your right hand. Good. If you have a block, you might grab a block. You certainly don't need it, but we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana from here. Reach the block forward and then lift the left hip. Stack it on top of the right leg if you can. Right? The block creates some stability, some length. So you have a little bit more lift and space in the right side of your waist. Beautiful. Left arm lifts. If it's not already, reach up. See if you can look up. That's another challenge, right? Where our gaze is, right? If you want to bend the left knee and come into a full moon, that's in your practice. Go for it. Definitely not essential. Just something to explore. Pressing the foot into your hand to open up the tummy, the heart, that left shoulder. All right, we're going to move right into Warrior Two. Exhale. Good. Take a little breath in here. And then catch your hands behind you. Lengthen your right leg. We'll come through Prasarita again. This time the arm bones lift. The head drops. And then just encourage very gently with the breath the arms to move forward and down. Keep pressing evenly into your feet. Keep the legs engaged here. Lift up halfway and release your hands down. Okay, let's take the hips to the right side. Turn your right toes forward. Okay, take a breath in. So my right hand is down inside of the right foot. You can use a block there. Left arm is going to lift. So it's like an side angle, but the left arm is lifted right up, not up and over. Up. You can take a half bind here. Reach the left arm behind you. If you have a strap or a scarf around, you can use that if you want to flirt with a full bind. You can stay here. Drop your hips a little bit more. Lean back. And or start to take your right arm underneath the right leg and reach for your left hand. Remember, you can just have your right hand on a block and enjoy the sweetness of a half bind here. That's it, Harold. Take a breath in. Keep looking up. And then start to press the right foot down and lengthen that right leg. Turn it into a half or a full bind or half bind triangle. Keep looking up. Yes, lean back a little bit. Soften the right hip back. All right, bend your right knee. Beautiful, everyone. Hands come down. Downward plank pose. Downward plank. Let's try that. And then lower down. Just free up the legs and lower. Inhale up. Downward facing dog. Stay with me here. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Little bend in the elbows. Great. And then start to lift the left leg high. You're going to step that foot to the outside of your left hand. Outside of your left hand. Good. Grab your block if you need to, and then start to reach forward and stack the right hip on top of the left. Flex out through the right heel. Right? So there's pointing and there's flexing. Reach out to the heel. And the right arm starts to lift. See if you can look up. With the strong standing leg, maybe you start to bend. If you did on the other side. That's it, Ananda. And then open the chest, look up a little bit. Good. Release the leg, warrior 2. Good. Lengthen your legs, parallel your feet, catch your hands again. You can also bring the palms together if your shoulders permit that, right? So either reach for your hands or the shoulders or the palms together and come forward and down. Lift up halfway. Take your hips to the left. Good. Free up your arms so you can start to turn the left toes forward and prepare here. The right arm is going to reach up and behind you for your half bind. Just start there, half bind. Let the hips sink. Let the left knee bend deeply. Okay? So keep that right shoulder moving back. Now, if you're going there, left arm underneath. If you did on the other side, reach for your right hand or your strap or your belt or whatever you got. Drop your hips a little bit more. Lean back. Really lengthen through the back leg and start to lengthen your left leg. Ground down into that left foot. Shift the hips back. Half bound or full bind triangle. You can lose the bind, just come into a half bind. Come back. Stay for one more. Wonderful, everybody. Bend the left knee. Beautiful. Hands down. Plank pose. Boom. Lower down. Inhale up. Downward facing dog. Great. Take a little breath in here. And then start to bring the knees to the floor. Take your hips back for child's pose. Arm bones reach back here. The head can rest. Forehead on the floor. Riding the waves of your breath for a few more moments. Great, and start to bring yourself up to sit on your heels. We'll move into a couple more standing poses. Bring your hands forward, moving through downward facing dog to get us forward to the top of the mat. So you can just walk your feet forward, hang over the legs for a moment, top of the mat, shake out the head. Great. And then start to press into your feet. I'm going to start to just bring that right knee into my chest. I'm going to lift up, hug the leg. Hug the hands around the front of the right leg. Good. So, you can do this. Hands underneath the thigh. If you have a strap, you can lasso it around the foot, or you can reach for your big toe. Right? So, Utthita Hasta, moving into a neutral pose with with the leg forward, right? Some of you might be able to reach for your big toe while keeping the left leg long. If you're like this and you just want to get this leg long for the sake of the pose, please lose it. Bend your right knee or use a strap or something. Keep that left leg long. I don't care if your foot is down here. Still using your tummy. Keep a lift. Good. Shoulders back. Good. You might find that holding underneath here is really nice. You can really lift the chest, right? Take a couple breaths wherever you are. Judy, why don't you just bring the hands underneath the thigh? Good. And then you can stand up nice and tall and embrace a little bit of stillness for a moment. Good. Let's take both arms up. So keep the leg long or bent. Either one is good. Just keep the standing leg long and strong. Good. Take one more breath in. Good. And then you're going to take a twist. So everybody might bend the leg and then just twist over to the right. Bring your left hand to the outside of the knee. Good. And then look back if you can. Good. Bring your arms up. You come into center. Eagle pose. Right leg once or twice. If you can do twice, great. If you can only do once, you can bring your toes onto a block or to the floor. And then the right arm is under. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs, lift the elbows a little bit. Take it a little bit lower. And then bring the elbows in. Flatten the back there. Look forward. Great. Utkatasana, please. Feet together. Lift the arms. Keep your sitting bones back and down. Good. Straighten the legs and fold. Bend your knees. Ground down to that right foot. Start to lift your left leg up. You can hug the leg with your hands there on the shin. And then prepare for whatever you did on the other side, right? Toe, strap, right? Hands here, boom, boom, boom. Again, you just want the spine long. You want to be able to breathe freely and balance. Take about 3 breaths. Just looking straight ahead towards the horizon. Pressing down to the standing foot, and then we are going to lift the arms up, keeping the leg lifted, extended, whatever you're doing, stay here. And then as you exhale, twist, left arm reaches back, drop the outer edge of your left hip, right? It wants to hike up, drop it down, create space for the tummy. Look back towards your left side. Good. Left arm comes forward, both arms lift, and from here, eagle the legs. Once or twice, or toes to the floor. Left arm is under. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs, lift the elbows a little bit, open through the chest. Exhale, hinging forward, flat back if you can, send the hips back. Utkatasana. Feet together. Keep the hips low. Okay, I know all of you for some time, so I'm just going to invite the crow pose, yeah? Hands come down to the floor. Hands come down to the floor. Spread the fingers wide. Now lift your heels. You can feel automatically the low belly lifts. Now the hands are as wide as your mat. Start to bend the elbows back towards the back. Crawl the knees into the backs of your upper arms. Spread your fingers really wide and tip the weight forward from your feet into your hands. You can balance on your toes. That's totally fine. The key is draw those elbows back. Now bring the elbows in towards each other a little bit. Good. Dome the upper back. Good. And then come back onto your feet for a squat pose, a malasana. Just for a moment, palms at the center of the chest. See if you can drop your heels down. Good. And then from there, let's just release the tush to the floor. See if you can grab your heels. How about that? Kind of fairly easy in this pose. Not, I won't assume. But with the knees bent, maybe you can catch the heels. Great. From there, heels or no heels, start to lengthen your legs. You can hold onto the backs of the legs and then bring the back ribs forward. Right, so you're either here or you can hold onto the back. Take a breath in. Good. And then from there, bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, lean back a little bit. And let's come all the way back. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring your left foot to the floor. Extend your right leg and reach behind the right thigh. Good. Take a breath in, relax the shoulders. Great. And then from here, start to lengthen your left leg and reach the heel towards the front of the mat. Leg is on the floor. Point your toes up. Right? So it's basically what you were doing, a variation of what you're doing standing. And now we're going to go into a deeper forward fold. So crawl the hands up the leg and start to hoist yourself up, maybe bringing the knee to the nose to the knees. If you're going to bend anything, keep that left leg long. Bend your right knee. That's fine. Keep like you're pressing the left foot into the floor or a wall. Lift up. Good. And then release down, knee to your chest, and then take the leg over to the left side. Extend the arms nice and wide. Look over your right shoulder. Make sure your right shoulder is on the floor so you can adjust your leg, your top leg a little bit, move it away from the chest, whatever you need. Just make sure that right shoulder is relaxed. Good, and then please come onto the back, hug both legs in. Good, right foot comes down. Interlace the hands behind the left leg and extend the left leg long. Good, now start to extend the right leg onto the floor. Reach the heel forward, toes are pointing up. Keep that right leg engaged. Take a big breath in and then start to crawl the hands up the leg. Lift yourself up. Lift, lift, lift. Knee to the nose-ish. Good. And then release down. Bring the knee into your chest and take it over to the right side. And look over your left shoulder. So arms nice and wide. Come onto your back. Good. Hug both knees into your chest. Good. Bring the feet to the floor. And if you have a block, I'm going to sit up and grab my block. This is a good time to get it. I'm hoping everybody has at least one around. If you don't, no worries, but it's really nice. We'll do a supported shoulder stand with the block. Okay, so you can decide how tall you want the block, right? You can have it on Papa Bear, Mama Bear, or Baby Bear as flat. But just make sure it's in line with your spine. If you want to use 2 blocks, I know 2 blocks has felt really good. My butt's a little bigger, so it feels really nice to have both cheeks supported. I'm not going to lie. And then from there, right, it's underneath the sacrum. Okay, I'm going to bring the knees into my chest. And I'm going to hold the outer edges of the corners of my blocks. And some of you might actually be able to interlace the fingers. If not, just hold on to the block. And then start to lift your legs. Floint the toes. That's a combination of pointing and flexing You might remember these feet if you've ever looked at a Barbie before. She has those Barbie feet. Good. Stay here. Press into the arms. Let the arms help support you. Good. If there's any tension, it's too much on the legs, just bend the knees a little bit and let the legs move away from the chest. Right? Keep staying lifted and use the arms. Press the shoulders down. Good. I'm going to just hang here, but I am going to offer, if you want, and it's in your practice, you can start to maybe bring the fingertips to the floor and then take the legs up and over for halasana, okay? And my toes are tucking under. They're on the floor, and I'm reaching back through my heels. So if that's available to you, cool. If not, just stay where you are or let the legs kind of hover there. And then maybe the palms press on the sacrum. Fingertips are pointing up, and you might move a little bit from side to side and get those elbows closer together. And then press the palms into the sacrum and maybe start to lift both legs up at the same time. Go for it, Harold. Lift it, lift, 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 lift. Good. Gazing towards your navel. Stay for 3 breaths wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. If your legs are up on the exhale, take your legs up and over again for halasana if you can, please. If you're in halasana, reach for the outer edges of your mat, grab them, grip them. That's your break device. And then you can make sure your block isn't underneath you. You can move it to the side and then slowly start to let one vertebrae at a time. If you're on your block, press into your feet, lift up, remove the block from underneath you, and start to lower down. Good. Everybody, let's meet with the feet on the floor. Knees are bent here. Let the knees drop in towards each other. Good. So a couple things. I know probably everybody doesn't have a strap, but you can I'm either going to walk my feet back and get my feet as close to my butt as possible. My heels might even be lifted, and then reach for my ankles, right? Your heels might be lifted. The alternative is to grab a strap and put it out in front of your ankles, right? And then you're going to hold onto the strap. Now, everybody might have their heels lifted here. I'm going to invite you to lift your heels. Whether you're holding onto your ankles, you have your strap out in front of the ankles. Okay? And then on the exhale, start to ground down into the heels. Ground down into the heels and lift the hips. Shimmy the shoulders underneath you. Yes, the strap is really helpful here if you're not holding on to the ankles. And then press into the feet. Lift the shins. And the fronts of your thighs move towards your belly. Press down to the backs of the arms. Stay for 2. Toes are pointing forward. Wonderful. And then from there, lift your heels a little bit. Release. Exhale, lower down. Hug the knees into your chest, please. And then with the hands just resting gently on the knees, just make some big circles, massaging the sacrum. And then slowly moving in the opposite direction. Great. And then hug the knees in. Good. Extend the left leg long again. Heel reaches forward. And from here, we're going to rock up. Good. Keep your left leg long. Now you are more than welcome to grab a block, or if you have a nice big pillow or cushion or something, that's cool too. And what we're going to do is come inside of the leg. And some of you have your straps or whatever you can use. Now the arms come out in front. The right arm is in front. You can hang here with the hands on the floor and just tilt forward from the crease of your hips. You can reach for your strap. You can reach for your left hand. But we want everything to move forward, right? The belly and the left side of your waist and ribs is moving towards the left leg. All right, you might just have your hands down in front of you, and that's plenty, and relax the shoulders. All right, you might be reaching for your strap, but shift the spine forward. Keep the left heel reaching forward. Keep that right foot grounding down. Great, and then start to release and lift up. Good, lengthen the right leg and the left knee bends. Coming forward, start here, reach the hands forward. Enough space, of course, where you can come inside that left leg. And then the arms might open. My left arm is in front of the shin. There's a little bit of resistance there. And then you might just let the head go. You might start to reach back for the fingers. Keep reaching out to the right heel. Don't worry about the bind. Maybe just arms out to the side. Let the head go. It's like just getting on the, getting off the bus. Where your body is today, it's certainly going to be different than your neighbor's, or where it was yesterday, or where it will be tomorrow. So just recognize where you are today. This isn't the last time you'll get an opportunity, I hope, right, to practice. Great, and then please release. Good, lengthen both legs. Staying on the block if you're on a block. Bring the feet flat, bring your hands back, and a little altar pose, lift up. Let your knees move forward so you can lengthen the spine, let everything stretch out. Great, exhale, release back onto the block. From here, knees are bent a bunch. I'm going to lean forward like we did at the very beginning of class, right? And just, you can even bring your feet to the floor. Let's start with the feet to the floor and just really ease into this. It's just like giving yourself a big hug. Feet to the floor, wrap the arms behind the legs. The head just rests. Okay, and then you can start to lift your gaze a little bit. Now we're going to release the hands, release the arms. Check it in. I'm going to reach for my heels, and then I'm going to walk them forward. You're going to lengthen the legs as much as you can, and then release. Keeping, again, the idea of the belly, right, and the ribs moving towards the top of the leg. That might not happen for the next 5 years. That's fine. So bend your knees and just find a place where you can breathe, about 4 or 5 breaths here. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. With each exhale, you might notice how the heels just naturally move a little forward. The legs release, the body starts to resist a little less. Great. Start to reach the eyes forward, reach the arms forward, lift up. Good. Take the hands behind you. Lean back. I am still sitting on my block. I'm going to bring my fingers forward. I'm going to point my toes, keep my legs long, and then from there, press into the heels, start to lift the hips. Make the eyes move back, head releases. Good, and then release down. Good. You can bend your knees, put your feet on the floor so you can remove the block. And come onto your back. Snuggle the legs in one more time. Good. This time both legs over to the left side. Move them away from the chest or whatever you need to do to make sure that right shoulder's on the floor. And look over your right arm. And to center and over to the other side. Come onto your back, please. Good. And then extend the left leg long and the right leg long. Good. Arms out to the side. And make sure there's space. Nice and wide legs. Pinky toe side of the feet nice and heavy. And arms a little wide, palms up. And just embracing some silence or stillness. Just letting yourself be breathed here. Completely effortless breath, moving through you, in you, and as you. At that space between the brows, start to visualize some oranges, some yellows, some reds, beautiful, warm, bright colors of the sun. And letting that warmth start to move through the whole body. And the warmth starting to allow movement into the fingers and toes. And the head moving a little from side to side. Start to hug the knees into the chest a little bit. And the whole body softens to the right side. Slowly start to make your way up to sit. And you can bring the palms together at the center of the chest. Again, symbolizing the union of the bridge between our will and God's will, or however you want to phrase that. And we'll close with 3 Oms and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everybody. Thanks for being here this morning. Good to see all your faces. Have a lovely Sunday. Beautiful day, and hopefully I'll see some of you soon. If not, next week. Okay.